Okay, let's see. All right, so my name is Maria Vlasic. This is CED 611. Today's December 7th, 2014. I have titled my next group counseling session Bouncing Back. And this activity aligns with the ASCA national standards under personal social development. Students will eventually learn the value of being resilient when confronted with challenges. They will discover how they personally respond to life's difficulties and adopt positive changes and strategies in order to overcome these difficulties. Because one of my goals is to have the girls understand positive and negative self-talk, I'll be using a cognitive behavioral therapy by using narration as illustrated in page 62 of our textbook. I want them to understand that their thoughts will affect how they feel and how they act and react to situations. That all of this is based on what they choose to say to themselves and that they really do have a choice in the matter. We'll be discussing, the concept of being kind to themselves. Some of the group activities I plan to do, I want to open up by having them discuss something difficult that they've had to go through and how they chose to handle it. I want them to share that with the group. All right, so, oops, sorry. Just a second here. Okay. Since one of my goals is in this session is for groups to become more cohesive, I'm breaking them up into small groups, and I'm going to have them discuss a scenario that I will give them. They will determine negative and positive reactions to give a narrative and come up with some empowering solutions amongst themselves. Some of the materials I'm going to need a dry erase board, markers, paper, pencils, tape, and now for my reflection on my first session. Okay, so I titled my first session Getting to Know You, and it was really all about being resilient in the face of difficulties. We began with a pre-test, and basically it was a lot of questions, about 12 questions or so, and they were basically aimed at just for me to try to figure out their positive or negative worldviews, like how they felt about themselves, whether or not they even knew what resilient meant. So questions like that. As an icebreaker, I just wanted the girls to get comfortable with me and with each other. I had the girls mold Play-Doh into their favorite animals and then share with the group why it was their favorite animal. And I just felt like that gave me an insight as to what they felt was important, who they were, and it really said a lot about how or where they were developmentally. Some more mature than others. I'll leave it at that. I used more of a narrative counseling approach in the first session, and that's just on the premise that stories shape our lives and that we can actually really learn a lot from the lives of other people. Okay, so in this particular case, I used the story of Bethany Hamilton, who is a professional surfer who at the age of 13 lost her arm in a shark attack. And just has an incredible comeback story. Okay, and in order to pique their interest, I had them see a minute of an interview that Ms. Hamilton gave on the Oprah show. So we discussed the thoughts that might have gone through her mind at the time and how they would feel if they were in such a difficult situation. All right, so what did I learn? Well, I really learned how to use a narrative approach as illustrated in our textbook, and you can see this minute 9:05. I ran into some technical issues, surprise, surprise, mainly because I was unfamiliar with the iPad I was using, and I thought I had it queued, and I was just having some issues. Some issues with the volume there, so it took me about 30 seconds to kind of figure it out, which is kind of a lot, and you can easily lose their attention if you're just distracted for a minute, so that was kind of a big deal. Some other distractions for the group. They were having way too much fun with the Play-Doh. I had to remove it completely from their sight, Even the containers were somewhat of a distraction. I mean, literally, it took me almost a minute to get them to do away with the Play-Doh. So, and you can see that on minute 4:29 to minute 5:15. It really took a long time to get back into focus. Some of the skills that I found useful were just being patient, acknowledging their thoughts, joining their thoughts together, reiterating what they were trying to say, making sure that I gave them all equal treatment by letting them all take a turn and have an opportunity to share. So overall, it was a really great experience. I got feedback from the parents telling me the girls had a lot of fun, but they really wish they could stay a little bit longer. It really was about 30 minutes, and then we had to be done because I had to drop off a little girl. So I was really pleased to hear that. I'm looking forward to this coming week, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper into resilience, and that's all I have for now. Thanks for listening.